So, as I indicated, that the legislation amendments is currently engaging the attention of the Office of the Attorney General, and soon in this session we expect that to be laid in the Parliament for the increase in the penalties. With the question of enforcement, we recognize the limitations of the department, the Wildlife Department, in terms of its numbers of game wardens and the foresters who work on an 8-to-4 basis, but the game wardens work all the time. And we are implementing a model similar to the model that we utilized during the turtle nesting season, in the sense that there is horizontal integration of the enforcement authorities under the purview of the Ministry of the Environment and Water Resources. So we are utilizing the game wardens, the 180 honorary game wardens. We are utilizing the estate police of the Water and Sewage Authority and the private security hired by the Water and Sewage Authority. And we are utilizing the environmental police of the Environmental Management Authority. In addition to that, we have had preliminary discussions with the Shagaramas Development Authority to utilize their estate police in the Northwest Peninsula. We intend to proceed by way of a memorandum of understanding with the CDA. Similarly, we have in fact engaged the management of Petrotrin with a view to engaging the estate police at Petrotrin for the southern areas under the jurisdiction of Petrotrin police, so the forested areas. So it is not going to be only confined to game wardens and those under the purview of the Ministry of the Environment and Water Resources. This is to complement the work of the National Police and members of the Defense Force. So it is really an all-round 360-degree enforcement approach that we are taking. This enforcement approach will be accompanied by an aggressive education and awareness program, which will be done in collaboration with the Environmental Management Authority. So that members of the media, we are very aggressive about the enforcement of this moratorium. The objective is to protect the animals, and we call all on our citizenry to, when we put our hotline in place at the end of this week, to call into that hotline in order for there to be deployment of the enforcement authorities in order to track and ensure that those who breach the moratorium are indeed pay the penalty for that. So we expect significant cooperation from our citizenry, and we hope that they will ensure that they too participate in the Save Our Wildlife campaign that we have embarked upon. We have Mr. Johnny C. Prasad, he is the Chief Game Warden, and we have Mr. Mervyn Peer, Head of Security at the Water and Sewage Authority, present with us this morning, and they may want to add a few words. All right.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister of the Environment and Water Resources. Good morning to the media. As the Minister mentioned, the wildlife enforcement team is multifaceted, involving the different agencies and outside of the ministry. And it's a similar model that we will be using as we did for the turtle nesting season this year, which ran from March to August successfully. I believe we had 5 convictions in Trinidad and 1 in Tobago. The team worked well. We had our drill or exercise prior to the start of the enforcement during the turtle season, and it's the same approach we're going to use during the the ban or the moratorium for the next 2 years. We have divided Trinidad into 8 sectors, 3 in the north, 2 in central, 3 in the southern division. And these sectors will be manned at a minimum of between 12 to 15 officers at any given time. It's a 24 hours operation. We will vary in our times to suit the issues and the challenges that we're going to be confronted with as we embark on this major exercise. There will be 2 sectors in Tobago, 2 operational sectors in Tobago, and again each sector will be manned at a minimum between 12 and 15 officers. I would like to urge the citizenry to give us the full support as they gave us during the turtle nesting season. As the Minister said, once the hotline is operational, we'll be too anxious and happy to receive your calls so that we can respond appropriately to any issues and delays to wildlife. Our task is to protect our treasured wildlife, Trinidad and Tobago. Thank you all very much.
Okay.
Good morning to everyone. Honorable Minister, the Environment and Water Resources, Mr. Singh, Mr. Head of Security, Bois, members of the media, good morning. I just want to endorse what the Honourable Minister and Mr. Pierre said earlier in terms of the coordinated effort of all the law enforcement officers of the Ministry of the Environment and Water Resources and even externators. I just want to add though that the forest officers who public servants who from 8 to 4 would pay a greater emphasis, apart from their normal duties, greater emphasis on the protection of the wildlife resources, in terms of patrols, etc. And in order to enhance this, we have placed containerized offices in various areas, remote areas throughout Trinidad. In addition, the intent is very soon we would have additional patrol vehicles assigned to the forestry division, which we would rent from private companies. So basically, it's an all-out effort. We would accept all information from members of the public in terms of breach of the moratorium, and we would act precisely and efficiently on these information. I agree with the Honourable Minister also. We need to embark on an educational program as we did during the turtle nesting season, with the intent of informing the citizenry of our intentions to preserve and conserve our wildlife population. Thank you very much.
Questions?
Yes, a couple of them. First, when the moratorium is over, how will you ensure that people don't go on a free-for-all and just undo all the good work that's been done?
Okay. First, during this period of the moratorium, we are going to do a baseline survey. Baseline survey is to be conducted by the University of the West Indies together with personnel from the University of Wisconsin. That baseline survey will inform us as to what is the density of the various species of animals in the country. That will help inform. or 23s. That baseline survey will give us an appreciation of the various species and their density per square kilometer. And on the basis of that empirical data, then we will have to fashion the appropriate mechanisms for the preservation and protection of the wildlife. So that therefore it is too early to say that there will be a free-for-all. There may be measures that will change the way we hunt, if hunting will be permissible at all.
Are you entertaining making it illegal?
I think that I would be it is the baseline survey that will help me make any decision in that area after, and that therefore when we get the baseline survey statistics, then we will have consultation with all concerned and make it a public document.